Okay, class, moving along here. Just want to remind you also that when you use your pictures that you put into folders, so like right here's bad guy, here's fighter, make sure you don't forget to put those in for the player and for the enemy. And then the next object we'll build is the bullet. So make sure you get the bullet PNG, which I have this little picture right here. So we come down here and it says ready, can't see bullet, fire, bullet is moving. So when it is at the ready, is it moving? It doesn't become in fire mode until you hit the space bar, which I'll show you how to do that a little later on. So just the same as player X, enemy X, bullet is another image that we're adding to the screen. So we've got bullet image, pygame.image.load, and then this is the actual picture. Then bullet X will start at 0 on the X plane and then at 480 on the Y. Okay. Then bullet change is 0, then bullet change on the Y is 35. Okay, so there's no bullet change going horizontal left to the right. It's only going from bottom to top at 35 pixels every time it jumps. Okay, bullet state is at the ready, which means it cannot be seen. Okay, and like I said before, you can pause this anytime you want to and to catch up. Next thing we'll set up is the scoreboard. So we'll type in score underscore value equals 0, which just starts out at 0. Font equals pygame.font dot capital font, and then in parentheses, make sure you use this font right here, Free Sans Bold .ttf. Okay, that comes loaded with everything, so you don't have to worry about trying to find that script anywhere. This is where it's going to be located at. X coordinate is 10, Y coordinate is 10. So over 10, down 10. Okay. And then the font for game over text is over underscore font equals pygame.font.font. Make sure that's uppercase right there, and the same font face right here. Only this time it's 64 instead of 32. Okay. So now we're going to define some functions for our game. Hopefully everybody remembers what functions are. So the first one we're going to define is define show underscore. Okay, underscore score. This is the scoreboard. This is score equals font.render. This is the word score that's going to put in there, plus the score value right here, string score value. That's going to every time a bullet hits an aircraft, hits a spaceship, it's going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Make that set to true, and then 255, 255, 255 is the color of the scoreboard, and then screen.blit score comma X and Y. This is just telling it to print it on the screen. Same thing down here. Now we're going to define game over text, color of the text, render game over. This is what it's going to say, game over. Set that condition to true, and then screen.blit, telling it to print it out, and print that out at 220 on the X and 150 on the Y. Now these colors here, you can change the colors of these text to whatever you want. This is RGB, okay, so red, green, blue, so you can change it to whatever color you want to. And now here we got to find a function for player, and all we're doing here is player X and Y, screen.blit, that's telling it to print the player onto the screen. Same thing with enemy, screen.blit, print the enemy onto the screen, but this time it's got the I in it, so it's telling it to do it for all enemies that you type in, whether it's 10, 20, 30. Then define fire underscore bullet. This is a global bullet state because it's going to apply to multiple times that you fire this thing. So every time you hit the space bar, a bullet's going to come out. And then this says print screen bullet, print screen.blit bullet image. So the little bullet image, and this is where it starts out from. Okay, so X plus 31 from the center of the ship and y plus 10 from the center of the ship going down. Okay. The next one is define is collision. This is when the bullet makes contact with the enemy ship. This is the distance between 2 points, the formula for that. So make sure you just type in distance equals math dot square root, double parentheses, math dot pow, enemy x bullet minus enemy x minus bullet x, comma 2, and then math dot power enemy y minus bullet y. So we got one for the x, one for the y. Make sure you get all these parentheses correct right here, okay? Now, if distance is less than 27, return true. That means if the bullet gets within 27 pixels of that ship, it's true, so it means is collision, will hit. If it's outside of 27 pixels, it will return false and no score will be given. Okay? And then this next piece of code is this activates the game loop. Okay? Running equals true. So we want that condition to be set to true. While running, okay, screen fill is 000. This is an RGB code. 000 is black. Okay. Background image screen dot blit background 00. That's a black again. Okay. That's printing. This is printing the screen in black. This is telling the screen to be black. And don't forget, you have a background image up here further up that you actually put in. So this is just what's in the screen. Your picture will show up as long as you put one in. Okay. So for event in Pygame dot event dot get, if event dot type double equals means it has to be on the same on both sides, right? Pygame dot quit running equals false. Okay. So when running equals false, game is over. Okay, quit game. We are going to stop right there, and I'll see you in a few minutes on another video. Okay, thanks.